I believe that entertainers, traveling, musical stars, pop stars, actors and actresses have hectic lives, right? Musical stars often go, or performers, musical performers, go on tour, right? I can imagine that being hectic, right? I can imagine being pressed for time. I can imagine having unpredictable things to occur, right? I can imagine, I can imagine people stealing your items like clothing, shoes, whatever they can get. I can imagine people stealing because they want a part of that entertainer, right? Let's get into what Lionel Richie has written reportedly in his memoir titled Truly. What's up, ladies and gents? Social Nurse here as I have a little coffee. I made my own coffee this time. And, I stocked up on coffee. We are coffee drinkers in this family. We've stocked up on decaf, caffeinated. We've stocked up on espresso. Just the various flavored coffees, right? Coffee has a great shelf life, right? But as I drink my homemade coffee, a little bit from politics. I've been talking a lot about immigration and things like that, the political world. Periodically, I've thrown in some other commentary. I need to talk about this Young Thug cover album, right? Mariah the Scientist, Glorilla, that whole thing. But no. I'm going to talk about Lionel Richie, right? I'm going to talk about Lionel Richie in this new book and what is being reported about the book and what Lionel Richie has written. Now, to my knowledge, Lionel Richie, has been seen as a really, really good singer, songwriter. My research tells me that for the musical group he was with, the Commodores, he wrote a lot of that music as well. And the Commodores, they were a really successful musical group, right? I think their music falls in the line of R&B, right? Like classic R&B, popish in a way as well. But Lionel Richie was friendly with Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones. Both of those men, Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, have passed on. Rip to them, right? But my opinion is that, okay, first of all, let me say this. Yes, people can write what they want. They can, First Amendment, all of this, absolutely. But it's interesting that Lionel Richie waited till these men passed away to divulge that he and Quincy Jones had a nickname for Michael Jackson, which is Smelly. Smelly. This indicates that Michael Jackson was unfresh, stinky a little bit, if we are to go by what Lionel Richie is saying. If I've not said so, Social Nurse here, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Do you have any thoughts on this? An overview compiled by AI tells us that, yes, Lionel Richie wrote in his memoir, Truly, that he and Quincy Jones used to call Michael Jackson Smelly because of his poor hygiene, which often involved him wearing unwashed clothes for days due to his hectic touring schedule and the fact that his clothes were often stolen as souvenirs. Richie even recounts giving Jackson clean underwear and jeans, encouraging him to shower after one particularly unkempt visit. You know what? I actually believe this, although I think it's, I don't know. I guess it's okay to know something about Michael Jackson that we didn't know, right? But he used to be up there sweaty and all that stuff. His clothes would be drenched after performing. And after getting out of those clothes, Michael Jackson probably was a more like a t-shirt and a jean person on a regular day, right? Or just a shirt and some sort of slack khakis or something on a regular day, right? He wasn't in his glove and glitter jacket on a regular day. This is just me speculating, right? But I actually think it's inexcusable if Michael Jackson, the great pop star, right? King of pop, was running around being smelly. I think it's inexcusable, right? Because there is too much money that this man had to be running around stinky, right? So, as far as touring, hotels have showers. I think that he should have had a sophisticated touring bus or airplane that included a shower or some sort of customized way to bathe, right? So it is inexcusable. I do believe it. I do think it's just kind of, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a secret that Lionel Richie was waiting to divulge. And these other men, Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, we know that they've passed on. So they can't rebuttal it, right? They can't rebuttal it. So in a way, right, it's a perfect timing to put this type of information out. What are your thoughts on this, Social Nurse?